the last video we made, we spoke very briefly about deciding on a midwife, but we didn't go into detail about how that decision was made and all the things that came up for us during that process. And I just want to take a moment to share that because I never grew up knowing about home birth as being an option, or even what a midwife was or what a doula was, and this just information wasn't in my norm. And it wasn't until I got a lot older that I met someone that had a home birth that I even knew this option was possible. So we have interviewed many midwives, and we were actually introduced to a seemingly rare opportunity that we could have. So there is an OB in LA, a licensed OB that used to practice in hospital and is now, from what I understand, the only OB that does home birth deliveries. And that OB works with only very specific midwives. So I could have him at my home as my primary care provider, as an OB, to deliver me at home, to deliver the baby. And he has a midwife with him. When I learned that, I was like, okay, well now I have to interview that midwife because I want to make sure I connect with her, because I've been interviewing a bunch of other midwives thinking they were going to be my primary care provider. So then when I interviewed with her, Hubba and I just fell in love with her. We're like, oh my God. And then she told me that she could actually be our primary care provider and that we could have the OB on standby, or what they call on the couch. So this is a very rare opportunity that really, really interested us. So what we decided to do is had the midwife be our primary care provider. So she's the person that's going to be doing all of our prenatal visits throughout the whole pregnancy. She will be the one that's running the show at the home birth, and we'll also have a doula. And then the OB will be there for us if we happen to need him. So the things that I'm learning right now, I'm trying to understand like what the difference is of why we need him. So a midwife is no longer allowed to deliver twins, deliver a breached baby, deliver outside the window of 37 to 42 weeks, and cannot do a second to third degree suture. I meant to say third and fourth degree sutures, and cannot do a vacuum or forceps. So those are the things that are outside of the midwifery laws. I don't know if it's just California or maybe I'm not sure. Learning all this, trying to keep it all in. So a midwife really makes sure, there's a lot of things that have to be in place for me and my health history and the way my pregnancy is going to make sure I'm a candidate for midwifery care, which I am. Yeah. But of course, anything could happen in the process of my pregnancy that might change that scenario. And if that's the case, then I can have the OB be someone that's there for me. So if what I understand is you don't know if your baby is breached till further along in the process. So it might get to a point where I'm closer to my due date and I realize my baby is breached, and that means that my midwife can no longer be there as the full care provider, that the OB will step in and do the work there. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And I just want to say that I honor everyone and all of their choices that they've made, or all the things that the choices that they want to make in the future, and that this is such a private and vulnerable thing to share and talk about. And I'm never projecting what I think anyone else should do or what is right for you. This is just me sharing what Hubba and I are discovering and how we're choosing our path. So with ultrasounds, we will only be doing like one ultrasound at the beginning to see, is the baby good? Do we have twins? And then one ultrasound later along, like 22 weeks or something like that. And those are all the ultrasounds we are gonna do unless we need other ones. And I know it's very typical, I've heard, to just ultrasounds be something you do all the time. And what I'm learning is it's not as necessary as I always thought it was. My midwife and just midwives in general have incredible capabilities that I just never understood before. And so it's going to be a beautiful process to learn more about that. And I'm just really excited to have an experience this way with letting go of any expectations. Because of course I know that anything could happen, and it is a high intense moment. Giving birth is like intense, and I know that anything could happen. And so I'm processing in my brain that this is my plan, this is what I want to manifest, but I am completely open to my body and my baby needing whatever it needs to do, and I'm okay with whatever it needs to happen in that moment. But I'm just lucky to have an opportunity for this really rare scenario to be able to have a midwife there be my primary care, and then also have the OB option as well to do at home. So yeah, a lot of things. But this video you're about to watch is from April 23rd, which was our first ultrasound experience. Definitely didn't go as expected, which you'll see is something I learned, gotta let go of those expectations. So I just got back from not back. We are driving. Not driving, we're parked. Getting food. I'm uncomfortable. First ultrasound.
Baby's doing great.
Which was very rushed because the doctor had just been notified that one of his clients, women, that it has a breech baby is going into labor. So he was like, I have to go. So it was very rushed, and it was, kind of just a different feeling than I guess I expected it to be.
That's the thing about expectations.
I was just about to say, freaking expectations. But it was wonderful. We heard the heartbeat.
169 beats per minute.
We saw the baby.
The size was 11 weeks and 1 day, or 2 days size, which correlates with our 10-week and 5-day time frame that we're in. So everything is going swimmingly. As the baby's swimming in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put this stuff on you. It used to be warm, but it's not warm yet because we just got here. And I might as well turn that off because I'm not gonna be here.
Ultrasound. Baby, look good.
Okay, so what you're seeing, this is your skin. See, this is my finger going across. So when I touch it, that's your skin. This is your bladder filling up. This is your uterus here. Mm-hmm. This is the bag of waters. This is the little fetus. Mm-hmm. You can see your little fetus. There's just one of them in there.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Oh, pretty good. So at this point right now,
that's great.
It's about 169 beats a minute, which is actually perfectly normal for 10 weeks. So that's great. And then I'm just going to measure the baby, get what we call a crown rump length.
Crown rump?
Yep. See, there's the top of the head.
It sounds like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Crown rump length is this measurement here. So you're going to go from the tip of the head.
He's got a big head like me, dude. What do you mean,
I can push it out.
That's true. I just feel happy and excited. That's the first time I think I've felt that way. I think it's been mostly like anxious and uncertainty, and so that's a nice feeling.
It is a good feeling. I'm excited. I'm excited. And I'm hungry.
Mama's hungry.
I eat all the time.
Mama.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, God. It's like, how do you now bounce between, like, that word being used as, like, a bedroom? Like,
we've never used those words.
I know, but, like, now...
Which I'm very thankful about. I've always thought it was weird when girls would say, like, daddy, like ugh.
Either way, when you say, like, mama's hungry, there's, like, a little underlying, like, sexiness to that. Didn't you feel that?
No.
Oh.
No, I did not.
I'm just choosing to hear that then.
Yeah. Okay.
The end?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.